Okay.
Hey all, welcome back to High Vibes with Jemaa, Bailey, and myself, Nina. I am an animal communicator, intuitive energy healer, Reiki master. He is also a high vibrational being who is taking a nap again. And Jemaa,
Hi guys. I know it's every time we get on, it's so cute. Bailey will conk it like he literally before we push record, he's like up and looking at the camera, and then once we're like, okay, ready? And then he's like, so what he's doing as his high being, he's holding space in the other dimensions for our container of what we're gonna go through. So like what we're gonna discuss today. So he's right there. Yeah. And
yes,
he's like, that's
he is
right.
holding space
He
for
holds
us. And
space for us and through naps.
right.
I actually love lots of naps. So I know that we can definitely do a lot of work in those other realms through sleep.
Yes,
So yay.
yes,
Well, thank you, Bailey, for doing that, and Nina for being here. I always love these. Um, our
me
Zooms
too.
that we do. Yeah. And so a little bit about me. I do the similar work as Nina. I can tap into your Akashic records and the quantum space of all that is. That's what I feel. There's many different names, but you have access to information in even in places, land, in nature. There's all these frequencies we can read. So I can tap into your energy field and help you through mostly like I can get real clear on traumas, like childhood traumas, and clear those out, and help you be in this now moment, happy, joyous, and in the higher frequencies that we are going to talk about today. We're going to go in depth of why it's important to go out in nature, because we hear that all the time. Go out in nature, it's so healing. Oh, just get out in nature, go commute, go hug a tree. So, well, why?
Right.
Let's
Why do that?
Why do that? Yeah.
I mean,
So,
I know I just love to do that. Like nature, I know that I came from nature. I've probably been a tree before, a bear, or all kinds of things, but nature is like for me my happy place. It just raises my vibration. I mean, the happiness that it fills my heart with.
mhm.
It just I was walking with Bailey and I were walking today and just looking here we have fall where the leaves change. And so we've got brilliant reds and oranges and yellows. And oh, the wind is blowing and it's a beautiful fall day. It
Yeah,
is amazing. I mean, it's just amazing being in nature. It's
it
just
is.
amazing. Like, yes.
Well, it is. And so I think what is happening when we do go into nature, we are actually remembering what our true frequency is, because nature is that higher love
Mm-hmm.
vibrational frequency in the trees, in the birds, in the leaves, in the animals, in the flowers,
The air,
sea
the
bugs,
element.
butterfly, everything. Like in
Mm-hmm.
that quiet place, we are actually tapping into a remembrance of our true essence, our true soul, where we came from. We all are sparks of God, creator, source. And so we are reminded of that when we do go into nature. So, because we can get pulled into those lower frequencies
Mm-hmm.
of everyday life. We've been taught in this kind of backwards construct, 3D space, dimension, and it's not truly who we are. So that's like when we get into
Yes.
nature.
And when you pull these things out all the time,
Yeah.
that completely reduces, like that's the pre-cortex, the frontal lobe, the cortex that
Mhm.
diminishes all your attention and I mean, your deficit of
Oh,
these are
totally.
not good. So we
Well,
need to
what yeah.
unplug,
It
get
un
away.
Totally. And they are like and of course I don't think, I mean, there are a few out there that have unplugged completely, but most of us aren't. Like we
Mm-mm.
actually the positive of them, we are communicating with each other. So
Mm-hmm.
so that network is amazing through our devices, but they are at a frequency, the Wi-Fi, the all of that dirty energy that's going into our reality. That is one of the ways that our energy field is getting dropped is through those
Hmm.
EMFs, our computers, the phones, the smart meters on our houses.
Hmm.
So it's really important to
Shoot, it microwaves. I mean, the EMF
yes.
from the routers, and yes, all of that.
Yeah, and so we wanna shield ourselves from that as much as
Hmm.
possible. There are, like Faraday cages that you can put on your devices, on your phone, on the smart meters, or just get rid of the smart meter, have your electric company replace it, with the old analog, but they charge you, of course. And so but yeah, there's like a website, I think emf.com or something, but these metal Faraday cages that can be put on your router in your home. Did you know your router is emitting so much of these dirty frequencies? So it's why we want
Yes.
to get
Yeah.
out in nature where there
Yeah.
isn't any of those. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I put like noble shungite on all of my
Mm,
TVs, routers, laptops, all of that. That does
perfect.
absorb the
Yeah.
electromagnetic frequency, the waves, which just assists us so that we are not
Yeah.
completely being bombarded by all that. So our cells are not
Crystals.
facing
Yeah.
chaos all the time. But
Yeah.
getting into nature brings us back into harmony. It brings us,
Mm,
so our cells are able to unplug and just to take a break and relax and come back into harmony
yeah.
so that we are able to, you know, I mean, when we get into nature, when you unplug, you do just release all that stress or you release all that. And
Mm,
anyone knows that's taking a vacation or just zoned out for a few hours or taking a nap or whatever it is they do, then you come back and your attention is so much more, it's increased,
yeah.
and your creativity is increased. I mean, it's amazing that, and getting into nature assists us in that.
Right. And that's because what it does is it is, I feel, the original frequency of love, divine love frequency. And so it helps us remember that. And then we bring that into our energy field and remember that. And then and then we snap out of those lower frequencies. So yeah, it's important. That's why everyone says, go get out in nature.
Get into nature, right?
Yeah.
Yes, because it does also assist yourself in healing, so that
Oh,
when we are, besides getting all the vitamin D and the sunlight, which is amazing for our bodies to heal, just unplugging and getting into that frequency of nature assists our body in healing.
mhm.
So that if you have aches or pains, for walking and getting exercise and getting our body moving, unplugging,
Yeah,
smelling all the, like, the beautiful, the wind and the just the different sense, the natural sense in the air, your body's moving. So you can kind of walk out all of those physical ailments possibly. And,
that's right.
in that aspect, getting into nature also will assist you in possibly losing weight because you're exercising, you're getting rid of the aches and the pains, getting some sunlight,
Yeah.
having your cells all in harmony so that they are able to heal.
That's right. That is
And
so true. Yeah, because all the lower frequencies, whether they're through our electronic devices or, even, like, being around negative people, or maybe you have you have a trauma loop, that you just can't get past, like, feeling, not good about yourself or envy over someone else. We have these negative emotions that don't work for us at all. And so and can create dysfunction in the body with all these. And so when you get out in nature and remember that frequency and you start clearing that, then yes, healing can take place.
yes. Well,
Um,
and there's also, like, as you're talking about the negative emotions, it's,
mhm,
the feelings of depression. And there's a lot of mental health that's going on these
right.
days. And, there's so many studies that have been shown that getting out into nature,
Mhm.
unplugging does raise your frequency. It does allow to just unplug from your prefrontal cortex.
Yeah,
And
right.
all of that just unplugs, allows your body to heal.
Yep,
So with everything that's going on in this world with the mental health and the
right.
depression and all those negative emotions,
Yeah,
getting into nature just for, I mean, if you could get out there for an hour a day, that would, oh my goodness, the difference it would make in I mean, it just kind of makes you feel alive.
it does.
It just kind of gets you
Yeah.
you breathe it all in, and you just really just breathe in life. and
Yeah.
just from source, that the
Yeah.
divine spark that's within us is kind of reignited. And
Mhm.
yeah, you just feel light and alive and ready to take on the world or whatever
You
you need
do.
to do.
Yeah, you really do. That's why it is so healing. And say you can't get in nature and you're in the city. Well, there's trees all up and down sidewalks. There's birds that fly around. There's butterflies. There is nature in the city. You just have to see it and
Yeah.
and then tune in with reckon like really connect with it and take some deep breaths. So say you're on the sidewalk, who cares if you look crazy? Because I have many times when I've been in the city, I'm like, there's a tree. So I'm like, I'll go up to the tree, I'm like,
Or
hi, how are you?
hug it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you it is everywhere, and so just take some deep breaths, connect
Hmm.
with whatever you see, if you just can't get out into nature, but I'm sure everybody can. So when you do get your day off, take the bus, do what you can, ride your bike, go to, a little, part outside
This
of the
part.
city that or a park. Yeah.
Yeah, most
Just
places have parks or somewhere.
most places
Or
do.
just look up at the sun and just take in that vitamin
Yeah.
D. As we know, with just the sun and getting into nature, that helps with your sleep patterns.
Mhm.
Is it releases the melatonin that assists you in sleeping. So that kind of balances you out. So that makes you healthier.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that improves your immune system, because when we do get to sleep, we do get like the sunlight, we get all of these
Yep.
things, the breath that we're with meditation, or just breathing in life, breathing in source, then
Yeah.
that also assists us in our immune system, which keeps us healthy, which keeps us feeling alive and happier. And, we're all then kinder people.
Totally. What I saw a bumper sticker last night, kindness is magic. I see the best bumper stickers. I'm like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
love it." I
I
have
mean, it just
gratitude.
opened the door. Like, I was at the gym yesterday morning and I waited for this gentleman to come in, and I
Yeah,
just held the door open for him, and he was kind of shocked. He was like, "Thank you, my queen," or something. I don't know what he said. And I was
love
just
it.
like, dude, I'm just being
You're like,
polite and just opening the door for you, because why not?
"The movie is
It
not
goes a
dead."
long it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's it can go both ways. I love it.
it's
Yay.
fun.
Yeah.
But yes, but getting into
True.
nature, like, I always sit out, and Bailey and I are in nature all the time. Just he's a dog and I like getting in nature, and it's my go-to place. But also, you can just sit outside and just watch the squirrels. I mean, I watch the squirrels chewing on the acorns, and
Yeah.
they're quite entertaining. But it just raises those endorphins, and it just makes you laugh and smile, and then you just kind of forget about all of those things of the day that are kind of
Yep.
boggling you down,
Yep. No, for
bogging you down.
sure. Yeah, bogging you down. Yeah. And we
Yeah, I
can,
mean,
also, like we talk about the pineal gland and, our third eye. And so if you're just needing, like you say, you're at work and you're like feeling stressed and you just need something really quick, you can really close your eyes for a second and just imagine nature.
mhm,
Imagine your favorite spot by a waterfall, because your
mhm.
cells will feel and know that to be true.
Yes,
When
because
you
they
just
don't know
think
whether
about
it's
it.
your imagination or that
Mhm.
you're actually there. Right.
That's what
Yeah,
thoughts are.
sorry.
So, yeah, thoughts and speaking what words we're speaking is really crucial for us all to heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so be kind. Yeah.
Be kind and have an open heart. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and that was yeah, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, because I was gonna say even so when you are in nature or needing that, you drop into your heart space and like really feel how you like feel it when you're out in
Mhm.
nature. Feel it when you're imagining your third eye, like right here. Because it is a remembrance. This is your true frequency, your true divine, like higher vibrational of love.
Mhm. Yes.
You'll recognize it and you'll just and even if it's a glimpse, of like a second of like, oh, that felt good. So just keep focusing on that so it becomes more and more of
Yeah, it
that
makes a difference.
feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 It just yeah, I think that we just become more creative, more expansive, just happier. And
Mhm.
we do. hopefully then remember who our true essence is, who we
Yeah.
really are.
Yep.
You know, everything, there's so much stuff that's bombarding us and everything
Yeah.
else. And so that's why everyone's like, get into nature. You
Yeah.
know, it does bring in and assist you in raising your vibration so that you are able to be live your best life, you know, to be your best self and
Yeah.
love yourself and love everyone else around.
Yeah. Yep. It's
I
really,
mean, if we all could be like this one.
yeah. And so, yeah, so oh my gosh, all the yeah, all our furry four-legged, amazing high vibrational beings.
Beings,
Yeah.
right.
I know, and we were talking about too, like I feel like I was a redwood tree in a past life. So not only is like we're talking about how high frequency nature is, there's like consciousness and that in
Mhm.
these trees, there's consciousness
They're
in the
all living. They're
trees. So
living
they're all
sentient beings.
living. So that's why there's a familiarity of that high, that like just love, because they are
Mhm.
beings that are communicating with us, always sending us that frequency of love.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's those the scientists. I know Emoto did the water crystals, but
Mhm,
there's the one with the plants that they hooked it up, and it's like
mhm.
plays the symphony
Yeah,
with when you hook it up to what plants are actually emitting out. So, you know, probably at some point when we are able to attune
yeah,
to those higher frequencies or to be able to hear it, that we would be able to actually hear what plants are emitting out to us, like
yeah,
the frequency and sound and the trees and
right.
you know, all the vibrational beings.
All the vibrational beings, yeah. And then let's get into like the dimensional spaces where the fairies are. And
Yes,
because
the
that's
fair.
where the veils are thin in nature, you can actually really feel, if you're
You can feel them.
you can feel them like just adoring
The
you and loving
fairies, the little
you
people. And
and
that's where you get to Sasquatch and all
just
that. I
mhm.
mean, it is on the different dimensions, but you do, you know, some can see them, some can feel them. You know, I mean, I know as a little kid, I used to play with the fairies, and when I'm walking through the woods and nature, oh, I so can feel them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was I grew up in the mountain, and I would be gone for like all day, 8 or
Yes.
9 hours, and I would never got lost by myself. I'm like, I would never have let my kids go by, but my mom let me
A
just
different world now.
different world now, but I knew now I
Hmm.
look back, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." Like I never felt alone. So they were always, I never saw them with my eye, but I would
No.
feel safe
Hmm.
and guided. And so I know that they
Yes.
were always with me. Yeah. Showing
Yes.
me
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
way to go, giving me that sense of direction to, yeah.
Yeah.
So wild.
Yes. So, yeah. So these are just a few, many, many ways as to the reasons why to get into nature. Hopefully that gives y'all some
Uh,
assistance, you know, besides just, I mean, for me, it always just makes me feel good. You know, I just love it. And it's just,
yeah.
yeah, it just makes you alive. And I
Yep.
think we're all
The
healthier.
sun is like starting to shine on me.
Which is, well, Bailey and I started outside and it was so hot, and boxers are not good with the heat. So we are back here videoing. So that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love you
So
all.
should we pull a card? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Is there
I
any
think
other
we covered
ideas or
I think
reasons?
we covered the importance of I think
Yeah.
why, yeah, the science behind it. And they have, like you mentioned that really quick, there are so many studies of
Hmm.
how healing nature is when people, go into
Into it.
nature and do all that. So
Yeah.
there are
Yeah. And if you can stay prolonged periods of time, like people that go camping, they sleep under the stars or they just disconnect from everything and unplug. You know, I know that if you could, we say like at least 1 hour a day. I mean, if you could do like 10, 15 hours a week, that
yeah,
would be amazing because I think that everyone would see the difference in their a whole shift in their energy of their entire being and their persona of their level of happiness and how they feel and just being more alive and being in their body and grounded.
yeah,
Mhm.
love it. Yeah. So
Okay, so cards. So we
okay, yeah,
pull
let's pull
cards.
a card,
So
and you already
I
pulled one, so I
yeah,
can't
I already
wait.
pulled one, which is for the collective consciousness, higher self, and what is it that we need to know for today, and possibly getting into nature. And the
Yeah.
one that popped out was whale, which is amazing. And
Unbelievable. That's
that
why we're in
is,
sync. Sorry. Okay.
yeah, we'll have to ask. Yes.
Yeah.
You'll have to let me know. So it is live as a fully conscious being. And this is basically, whales, they are of such a high, they're such a have a high frequency, and they have such a love and light that I think that humans on this plane at this moment is pretty probably incomprehensible as of right now, the expansiveness of love. And this is stating that they hold the vibration for the planet, and they've chosen to fulfill that in the waters so that the energy of the land cannot affect them. As we know that there's a lot going on this land, so the waters are maybe a little pure, I don't know. So they're holding the frequency of that and protecting all the dolphins and the sacred wisdom that they hold, and their guidance. So the guidance from their wisdom is to control your breathing. It is to focus on your breath. You connect consciously to source. Wow. And then you center yourself and you just breathe, and you just breathe or go to meditation. And then you basically rise above you just rise above all those worldly matters and just, focus on the love and the light and hope and inspiration that we can bring to everyone around us.
Yep.
And it's to living our best life. It's the best that we can be. And that kind of ripples out into this world of shifting the next person and the one on that and all that. So it's the whale wisdom of living fully your conscious being, which I think is amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah. Whales also are the record keepers, the Akashic record keepers.
They're higher dimensional beings.
Higher dimensional beings. I had a dream that's why I'm like, whale, you picked the whale, because they literally in the last 2 days I've had so much whale energy come into my life, because I'll go in and out. So I'll have them come in, like when I lived on Kauai, they come a certain time of the year, and I just every day be out there watching them or going out on the boat and connecting with them. But I haven't in a little bit. So they kind of reminded me about two days ago, I had a dream. I was with my son and we were on the Greyhound bus. And then we were driving by the ocean, and there was all these whales in the water. And it was like, yeah, it was just, I was like, oh my God, there's the whales. And so that made me think of my whale dream. You've had those moments where you feel like, that is home, like that.
Right.
It's not earthly. It's not here. It's actually where we have come from. And it's just the most
place of origin,
unconditional love you've ever felt in your life. And
yes.
So I had a dream. I was a baby whale with swimming underwater with my mama whale, and it just was like,
oh.
So I always go back to that, just that dream to, like, if I'm going through anything. So I'm like, okay, we're not from here. We're here, we have
right.
But yeah, so
we are just right now.
So
yes.
awesome. Like that's
awesome.
Sent me a whale video. Sorry, really quick. Sent me a whale video yesterday. So that's why all this whale energy with someone swimming with a whale and saying, like when you look a whale in the eye, people say it's the most powerful thing. And I've had friends swim with the whales and look at them in their eye, and it's just, so I would love to do that one day.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, it's funny though, because I was talking to a friend of mine and we were talking about doing an Alaskan cruise, right?
Oh, okay.
Which is on my bucket list to go see Alaska. And he was saying, he's like, make sure that when you do the seating at the back for like the dinner seating, get fixed dining seating at the back of the boat, because all the whales follow the boat, and that you can just watch and see the whales. So it's kind of interesting how that whale wisdom and energy is coming in for you and me and the entire collective consciousness.
And yes, and the collective consciousness. And so because the whales love humans, whales will come up, like if they need help in the ocean, they will come up to boats and ask for help.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Help humans in the ocean. If they see a human in distress, they will let that human get on them and until they are safe with other humans. So it's just amazing, the connection between whales and humans. So
awesome.
Okay, so I just pulled a card, a crystal card. I'm pulling from the crystal deck. I thought we could use a crystal today because you and I love
Yes.
crystals.
Yes.
Yeah, like, yeah, so you were saying, a shungite for the EMFs, and then lipidolite is really good too for the EMFs. Okay, so the car, oh, this is one of my favorite labradorite. Look how beautiful
Oh, yes.
that is.
Yes.
Labradorite. Let's see what
Great
Judy.
for dreaming.
And this is a labradorite. Just I would just carry it around with me because it's a protector and it helps you see into the other dimensions. It helps you have clarity with your third eye. And so, yep, the mind's eye labradorite raises your consciousness to connect to mystical dimensions and the highest protective energies. It strengthens your faith in yourself, super important, and aids intuitive guidance. I love that. So we're all intuitive beings. And
Hmm.
this
That's
labradorite
awesome.
not only is
Yeah,
it
that is awesome.
beautiful, but and that's I have it everywhere. Like I really connect with labradorite.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I think it also assists you in manifestations
oh, cool.
of your dreams and dreaming so that you are able to bring to fruition what it is that you want to come into this world for
Very
the right now, for now.
for the right now, in this now.
Right, in the now, which we're only living in the now.
Yeah.
Well, that could go into other realms because
Yeah.
we do have other realms and there are other of us, but that's a whole different topic.
Let's do it. Yeah, well, that'll be our next topic because then that's my really favorite topic because all the different dimensions
The
that
different dimensions and the realms, and we're just this is the one we're focusing on right now,
yeah,
but there are many others.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
do you want to tell them how to get a hold of you if you'd like to subscribe and get a session?
Oh yeah, let's subscribe, you guys. If you're first to hear, you can see that our channel's really small, so we're trying to grow it. And so if
And
you've
get
come
out
across our
information
video and resonated with it, please like it and subscribe to our channels and share.
and share.
So yeah, because this is fun, information on our spiritual path. So, and
Hmm.
then I'm JemaaSansaray.com. We'll leave the information below because I know that's a hard one to just, to verbally
So,
say and try to find it. So we'll leave information. And how about you, Nina?
and I am NinaRoberti.com as well. So we'll leave all of that
And
in the information. And if you'd like to leave a comment as to your favorite place to get into nature or why you think it's great for you or any thoughts or topics that we can discuss, we'd love it.
yeah, for
So
sure.
have a beautiful day and get out into nature.
And get out in nature. That's right. So much love. Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.